You've probably laughed about it, maybe even complained about it. Your dog follows you to the kitchen, to the bathroom, down the hallway, back to the couch, back to the kitchen again. And every time you think, they just love me, that's all it is. But here's what nobody tells you. That behavior, it's not what you think it is. It's not simple affection. It's not neediness. And it's definitely not random. What your dog is actually doing every single time they follow you is communicating something so specific, so intentional, and so deeply wired into their biology that most owners spend years living with their dog and never once realize it's happening. And somewhere in this video, I'm going to show you one thing your dog does in a single moment each day that will tell you exactly how they feel about you. Not generally, exactly. But first, we need to start with the reason that changes everything. 1. You didn't adopt them. They bonded to you. Most people think of their dog as a pet who loves people. That's not what's happening. Your dog doesn't love people. Your dog loves you, specifically, completely, often exclusively. Dogs were domesticated over roughly 15,000 years, not just to live near humans, but to form attachment bonds with specific humans that mirror the kind of bond we see between infants and their mothers. This isn't poetic, it's biological. A study published in the journal Science found that when a dog and their owner make eye contact, both experience a measurable spike in oxytocin, the same neurochemical that bonds a mother to her newborn child. The same chemical, the same mechanism. What that means is this: your dog doesn't follow you because you feed them. They follow you because somewhere in the course of living with you, their brain attached to you the same way a child attaches to a parent, and separation from you, even brief, even temporary, registers in their nervous system not as inconvenience, but as threat. So every time they get up and follow you across the house, they're not being clingy. They're doing the only thing their biology knows how to do when the most important thing in their world moves. They stay close. 2. The position they follow you in is not random. Here's something I want you to pay attention to next time. Don't just notice that your dog follows you. Notice where they position themselves when they do. Right behind your heels, almost underfoot? To the left or right, matching your pace? A few steps back, just watching. Each of those positions means something different. The dog that walks right behind you, so close you almost trip over them, that's called shadowing. An animal behaviorist at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna confirmed what many trainers have long suspected. Dogs who shadow are not poorly trained or anxious by default. They are maximally bonded. Shadowing is a pack behavior. In the wild, the members of a group who stay closest to each other are the ones with the strongest attachment and the most investment in each other's safety. Your dog pressing against your heels is the same instinct, same wiring, different living room. They're not following you because they're bored. They're following you because in their mind, losing sight of you isn't uncomfortable, it's dangerous. 3. The room they follow you into tells you something specific. This is the one most owners never think about, and once you hear it, you'll start noticing it immediately. Your dog follows you everywhere. But do they follow you the same way into every room? Watch carefully. The kitchen, most dogs move ahead of you, sometimes spinning, sometimes already sitting before you get there. High excitement, positive association. That room means good things happen. The bedroom, slower, calmer. Most dogs will settle near your side of the bed or under it. That room carries your scent most strongly. It's the safest place in the house. The front door. This is where it gets interesting. If your dog follows you to the front door and then freezes, paces, sits and stares, or begins whining, that's not disobedience. That's not bad behavior. That is anticipatory grief. Their brain has mapped that location as the place where you vanish, and no matter how many hundreds of times you've come back, that pattern never fully extinguishes the fear that maybe this time you won't. The front door is the most emotionally loaded room in your entire house for your dog. Not the one with the toys, not the one with the food, the one where you leave. 4. When they follow you more than usual, stop and pay attention. You know the days. Your dog won't leave your side, more than normal, closer than usual, following you into rooms they normally ignore, resting their chin on your knee every time you sit down, just there. And you think, they're in a clingy mood today. Here's what's actually happening. Dogs are arguably the most emotionally attuned animals to human beings on the planet, not because they're trained to be, because they evolved that way. A landmark study out of the University of London found that dogs consistently approached people who were crying more often than people who were simply talking, and they did it with submissive, comforting body language, regardless of whether the person was their owner or a complete stranger. Your dog doesn't need you to explain what you're feeling. everything. They read your cortisol levels through scent. They track the rhythm of your breathing. They notice when your movements slow down, when your voice drops, when the energy in the room shifts. And on the days you're not okay, even the days you haven't fully admitted it to yourself yet, your dog knows. They can't fix it. They understand that, but they will absolutely refuse to let you carry it alone. So the next time your dog is Velcro attached to you for no obvious reason, don't brush it off. Ask yourself what kind of day you've actually been having. Your dog may have noticed before you did. 5. The dog who stops following you is telling you something urgent. Everything we've talked about so far is about what it means when your dog does follow you. Now I need to tell you about what it means when they stop, because this one matters. Imagine a dog who has followed you from room to room for years. Every morning, every evening, every time you stand up. And then one week, they don't. They stay on the couch. They watch you go. They don't get up. Most owners think they're tired. They're getting older. Just an off day. But veterinary behaviorists tell us something different. When a dog who has always been a follower suddenly withdraws from that behavior, that is one of the earliest, most commonly missed signs that something is medically or emotionally wrong. Dogs instinctively suppress signs of pain. It's a survival mechanism from their wild ancestors, where showing weakness meant becoming prey. So they won't cry. They won't limp dramatically right away. They won't come to you and ask for help, but they will stop following, because following requires energy. Following requires motivation. And when a dog's body is hurting or their mind is struggling, that motivation disappears before any other symptom shows up. If your dog has pulled back from following you and it lasts for more than 2 or 3 days, especially alongside any changes in appetite, sleep, or the way they hold eye contact with you, don't wait. That's not laziness. That's your dog whispering to you in the only language they have. The owners who catch it early are almost always the ones who are paying close enough attention to notice when the following stopped. 6. The payoff moment. What waking up reveals about your bond. Remember at the beginning I told you there's one single moment in the day that reveals exactly how your dog feels about you? This is it. Tomorrow morning, before you say a word, before you reach for your phone, before you call their name or open a food container, just notice what your dog does the moment your eyes open and your body begins to move. Are they already awake? Already watching you? Already standing up before you've decided where you're going? Research into canine sleep behavior shows that deeply bonded dogs often lighten their sleep in the early morning hours, unconsciously synchronizing with their owner's sleep cycle so that they're alert and ready the moment you stir. They didn't set an alarm. They just waited. And here's what that actually means. A dog who is already watching you before you've spoken, who rises before you've swung your legs off the bed, who is already there before you've made a single decision about your day, that dog didn't just love you yesterday. They fell asleep thinking about you. They woke up and their very first orientation in the world, before hunger, before any other instinct, was towards you. A dog who follows you everywhere isn't just attached to you. They've made a decision, a complete, unconditional, every single day decision that wherever you are is where they belong. No conditions, no bad days that change it, no version of you they love less, just you, always you. And the very least we can do is notice. If this video made you want to go be near your dog right now, go. They're probably already looking at the door. And if you want to understand your dog at this level every single day, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is for.